the motherfucker followed me into my apartment.
Welcome to New Earth. Congratulations on graduating from the Matrix.
I know I did my thing down on earth. I did the damn thing. I know I did my thing when I was on earth.
Welcome to New Earth. Congratulations on graduating from the Matrix.
Greetings, beautiful souls of the world. Saint Electra, I am here. Yeah. Sharing these good vibes with you. Y'all, it's early in the morning. I ain't even really just got myself together, but I'm together though. I'm together. And we're going to talk about, today is a story time. I like to get on here. I like to teach. I like to share things and perspectives. But today we're going to do a story time. But before we get into it, check out the painting behind me. Yes, I did that. I titled it E.T. and Me. Completely original. You can find it on my website. The website and all the other good things are in the description box below. So go ahead and check that out. And while you're there, just go ahead and hit a like on this video. Okay? All right. So you guys, I used to be a Lyft driver, right? Did a lot of rides. Over 7,000 worth of rides, which is only a little bit for some and a lot of bit for others. I was in it to win it, driving. I really need to check the app to see how many rides I've actually done. Definitely over 6,000, definitely under 10,000. I'm thinking 7,000, 8,000 rides. I did a lot of freaking rides over the past few years. So this isn't anything new. And as a Lyft driver, I've come across lots of, people, places, things, and it's been very interesting to me. And so this year, 2024, the year of 2024, I haven't really been driving a lot for a lot of reasons. I've been in therapy for reasons. I've been realizing that I'm a super freaking empath, and my empathness, my empathy has kicked up. Like with every single passing month, I get more and more and more and more sensitive to sounds, to vibrations, to people and all of their aches and their pains. And the sensitivity is overwhelming when you're interfacing with strangers in a small space often. This ain't good for me. And this story is one of the main reasons why. And we're going to get into it right here, right today, right motherfucking now. It was a dark and gloomy night over Gotham City. I'm playing. It was rush hour, and I don't like driving the evening rush. It was rush hour in Nashville, Tennessee. I picked up a guy. I was like, "You want a piece of gum?" He starts telling me about his day. He was like, "Yeah, I just left this funeral. It was my best friend, and it was my my boss / best friend. He just passed away, and everything is everything." And I'm like, "Okay, well, I'm sending my love, my condolences. I'm sorry that these things happen. I'm glad you were able to attend his funeral, because sometimes things get in the way and people can't show up in ways that they want to. It's just for different reasons at different points in life, right? So I'm, just lending an ear to this fellow. And so I dropped the guy off. He was in my car for like maybe 45 minutes, 50 minutes. He was in my car for almost an hour. That's what traffic was talking about. It was terrible. Terrible. I believe he gave me a $20 tip. He gave me a $20 tip because the music was jamming. I offered him a stick of gum. And the conversation, periodically was very friendly, very opening, and he felt comfortable. So the ghost story, that's the preface. I continued to drive. After I dropped this person off, I continued to pick up people, drop off people, pick up people, drop off people. And I kept feeling as if something was looking at me. Something was in my back seat. This is the driver's seat. If I turn around, I'm looking at the seat behind the passenger seat. So the seat behind the passenger seat, I kept feeling like something's still there. Something is still with me. Picked up people sat in that seat, dropped them off, picked up more people, dropped them off, picked up more people, dropped them off. Great conversations, everything's everything. But I was feeling like something was still afoot. Something was still afoot. Something was still there. And I'm just like, maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I need to go home. This is what I'm thinking about now. It's dark. It's maybe 8 o'clock. It's dark. And I'm like, yeah. So I think I was about to stop at the store. And then my anxiety went through the fucking roof as I'm pulling up to the house. My anxiety went from here to fucking here. And I'm sitting there and I'm like patting on my chest and I'm counting and I'm taking deep breaths and I'm drinking water to burp because sometimes that helps me relieve pressure in my chest. So I'm doing all of these things and I'm just like, let me turn into this place so I can get home. And so I get home and I live in an apartment and I'm bagging into the parking spot. And I look into my rearview mirror and I notice there are eyeballs looking back at me. I noticed that there are eyeballs in my rearview mirror from the back seat. The seat, I told you, it kept feeling like something was there, even though nobody's there. And I see it looking back at me. And it's not the first time during this evening that I saw something looking back at me. I tried to ignore it. I was like, no, not doing that today. Not doing no oogie boogies on this motherfucking day. Is what I was telling myself. Nah, man, it was fucking there. It was there. I go inside and I tell my neighbor, I was like, yo, something's in my freaking car, yo. And my neighbor is like, oh, really? Who did you pick up? I don't fucking know. There's been people all day. I don't know. And then my neighbor sends me, because this is an older neighbor, she sends me to go to the drunk store. She calls it the drunk store. Hey, you feel like going to the drunk store and I'll get you something if you get me something? Okay, sure. Bet. So I go to the drunk store. I'm back in my car. And it's literally like boop, 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 across the street, down the street, across the street, right? Like it's very close. Walkable. Highly walkable. But I get in my car. Since it's nighttime and I'm driving to the drunk store, I still feel something there. Go inside, get what I need to get, hop back in the car, drive short 2 minutes back home, bagging into my car, my parking spot again, and those eyes are still looking at me. And so I get out the car and I'm just like, oh. And I remember telling myself, it's a male, light brown eyes, or green, not blue. Fair skin, light skin, fair skin. Older, 50s plus. That's all I could pick up with my senses. I know it's a male. I know it's a guy. I know he's older. I know it's light skinned, light brown, green eyes, not blue. That's what I could physically see in my mirror. That's what I saw. People your gifts click in and they click out and it's always different. Sometimes you see great detail. Sometimes you see the gist of what's going on. This was a great detail moment. It's like I just saw like this part of the face. You know what I'm saying? I just saw eyes. eyebrows. Like this. This is all I can see in the rearview mirror. The rearview mirror is only this big, and it's right here, and I'm seeing this in the freaking rearview mirror. I ain't screaming, you know what I'm saying, because I'm a thug in these streets. All right, so this is where the story gets good. I get out the car, I go back inside. Now with the drugstore items in hand. My neighbor is still where she was when I left her. I give her things, and I'm like, yo, something is in my car. Not knowing that this something that was in my car had now followed me outside the car, up the elevator, and to the floor that I live on. And she was like, think about it. I need you to remember, who did you pick up today? And I'm just like, oh my goodness. I took somebody to work. I took somebody to the mall. I trying to remember, who did I pick up? And then I said, I picked up a guy who went to a funeral. Soon as I said that, soon as I had that realization, my whole body chills. I even had chills on my legs, my calves, on my whole calf, on the lower part of my legs. Chills. I ain't never felt no chill on my calf muscle, you know. So I had chills. I had chills all down my body, all the way to my bones, when I realized, dang, I picked up an older male who was light-skinned, white. Not saying the person in my back seat, I don't remember his color eyes, but the fact that I picked up a white person who was a male. He said it was his boss, man, that passed away. So an older male. More than likely he was white, so light-skinned. If he was white, he probably had light brown or green eyes, right? All of those things checked when I remembered that that's who I picked up. So I go into my apartment. I go home. Fuck that shit. I done clocked out now. Fuck that shit. We're gonna leave work at motherfucking work. What? Bullshit.
A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit. A bullshit.
The motherfucker followed me into my apartment. So I begin to hear noises in the apartment. Refrigerator, popping, making all this noise. I begin to hear something at the window, by the window, right? I begin to hear other things in the kitchen, like move or whatever. And I'm like, fuck, this motherfucker done followed me back into my house. It's been, because I've been, y'all, this year, 2024, I've been cleansing and clearing often. Cleansing and clearing often. I'm over it. It don't scare me. It irritates me. It makes me upset. It makes me sad that I gotta keep doing it. That's what it is. So I'm sitting here like, fuck. Why would this energy from a passenger stay in my car for other passengers to come and go and then follow me home? He was supposed to get out the car when the other motherfucker got out the car, when his friend got out the car. But he didn't. He stayed and followed me home. So this is when this story right here is when it finally clicked to me. Yo, I might be a psychic. I might be a medium. I might be a psychic medium. I don't know what they want me to do or why they keep finding me and following me, but I will learn. I will learn. I will learn what this means. So I did what any other person would do in situations like this. I sent him home. I sent him packing. I spoke him away. All I did was, use words and frequency and holy smoke to just clear that energy out of here. Because 1, I'm trying to go to fucking bed. 2, I don't know this motherfucker. 3, me being at the level of evolution that I am now, I would have sat down to try to actually communicate with it, because it spent a good time riding around with me, following me home. It wanted to say something or something. And so me not knowing what to do other than to banish, because I know how to do that. Away, heathen! Like, I know how to do that. But not everything needs to be banished. Some things need to be understood, listened to, helped even. And which is why it was a ghost. So why? Why do I think it happened? And this is something that kind of came to me. I'm wondering if the friend that I picked up had a doing or a hand in the person's death, and or had wronged him at some point in his life. That's what came to me intuitively. And I think the spirit of the person that was trying to get to somebody who could translate, because psychic mediums are just translators from the non-living to the living. We are able to see, we're able to witness, we're able to communicate messages from people that were to people that still are, so I'm still learning my gifts. I know a lot more now than this story, even though this story was a few months ago. But that's one of the reasons why I'm choosing not to drive Lyft, because I'm just sensitive. I don't need no more Oogie Boogies following me home. I don't know y'all. So yeah, I have things to figure out, because I would like to be able to help those more. I've been trying to figure out too, like, when did I become this person? I grew up watching the movie Ghost. Everybody knows Ghost. Everybody knows Oda Mae Brown. When the fuck did I become Oda Mae Brown? I was never faking it. You know what I'm saying? I've never faked anything. You know what I'm saying? Other than these motherfucking eyebrows. And that's because I ain't got no eyebrows. Just go ahead, like, share, subscribe if you like information like this. If you like content like this. If all of that, just like, share, subscribe. I got ghost stories for y'all. I got stories for y'all. Real ones. Can't make it up. But until next time, I am Xena Electra, Soul Evolutionary Guide, here with a story time for you. All right? Happy ascension all. Peace. Interested in ways you can support this channel? Well, you can always buy me a coffee. Buy me a coffee is a safe way for viewers like you to support content creators like me. You are so appreciated. Thank you.